friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for spending part of your day here with me. I really appreciate it. A very special welcome to those of you that are brand new. My name is Michelle Davison. I am a stay-at-home wife, mother of 4, and makeup enthusiast. Here on this channel, I really feed into and indulge into the makeup enthusiast side of me, but you do get the rest sprinkling in. And by sprinkling, I mean pouring in, because I talk about being a mom and a wife 100% of the time. But the focus here is makeup. I like to do my makeup, specifically get ready with me. These are my absolute favorite things in the world right now to do and to film and to watch. So that's what we're doing, yes ma'am. Miss Mama Girl is 4 months old now. 4 months old, and now when you make eye contact, she smiles and the eyes smile too. It lights up. Yeah. I love kids of all ages, but the first year is just so magical. So magical. But I came to this really, really hard realization the other day where I'm looking at my makeup and genuinely I can blindly reach my hand in and pull any of my palettes out and I'm like, yes, I like this. I really like it. So I like all my makeup, but I'm having a hard time because I've really started to develop a preference towards certain color stories and certain looks, and neutral leaning makeup and softer leaning makeup gets neglected in my collection, but I don't have the heart to let it go. I just don't. I find myself wanting to hold on to it because I thought about passing it on and allowing somebody else to love it and potentially get a better life than it's getting here in my makeup collection. But then I'm going to miss it, I feel. I'm worried that I'm going to start thinking about the palette once I ship it off and be like, oh man, there's all these looks I could have created. And oh man, like, I really want to see what that would have looked like on me. And then I'll go out and buy the palette again. So I'm holding on to them. But I have another palette coming towards the end of this week. And I know I'm going to spend a couple weeks on just that. And so I'm like, man, I need to think long and hard about these palettes that are underused because they're getting up there in age. There's no way I'm going to use all of them by the time they expire. And they're beautiful. They're gorgeous. Could somebody else get more happiness and joy out of it than me? So I really want to spend some time with those palettes and see if I could bear to let them go. And I know that sounds super dramatic, but can I be okay with them not being here anymore? That is the question. So today I am using Tiny Marvels, and even just looking at it right now, I'm like, I can't let you go. Like, you're here forever. You are along for the ride. I know that this is a very sentimental palette for many because of... this is so disrespectful, but I don't think I remember her name. Mel. I wasn't on YouTube, or at least I wasn't on this side of YouTube, when Mel created this and when Mel was well known, so I don't have that same nostalgia towards the palette, but I do love the palette. I think the palette's gorgeous. I don't have that emotional attachment because I never knew Mel, but everybody really loved her, so that speaks volumes for who she was and is as a person. But this is what mine's looking like. And you can see the shades that are used are very much what you would expect. The purple has a good dip, the green has a good dip, this pink has a good dip, and the yellow has gotten used, but nothing else is even close. And I have had this palette, I want to say early 2023 is when I got it, and I got it secondhand off Mercari, so who knows how long she got it before passing it on to me. But this is an 18-month shelf life, and I do know, I can see my eyes and it's kind of tripping me out, I do know that some of these shimmers are not performing as good as they once did. However, they're not creasing super bad for me yet. I need to know. And with this particular one, if I pass it on, it'll be to my children just so they can play around with it, because they literally got a makeup kit yesterday and most of the items are already panned because they just just like to use makeup. What can I say? But I want to challenge myself. I want to challenge myself today. And with this mini series, it's not really an official series. I'm just something I want to be more mindful of. Not only to pull for palettes that I haven't been pulling for, but to pull for shades that I haven't been pulling for. And that is the freaking hard part for me, because it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, okay, like I'm going to pull for this palette that is underloved and underused in my collection. But if I'm reaching for the same dang colors, I'm looking at you blues, greens, then what's the point? I already have it 500 times over. So I look at this palette and instantly my mind goes to Scarab, which is the multi-chrome blue / green / gray shade. It goes towards Jewel Bee, which is the purple, and it goes to Mantis, which is the green. And so I really want to challenge myself to use anything besides that today. And for really this whole series, that's what I would like to do. But we'll see. We will see. I'm looking back at my Instagram and my YouTube feed and I'm like, oh man, I see lots of blue. I see lots of green. Clearly I have favorites, but that's a cute noise, ma'am. That's a cute noise. This baby is way too big for this like swing thing. She loves it though. Can't tell her that because she loves it. Yes, ma'am. This concealer might get decluttered. It's pissing me off. Like it's doing it again. Man, today I'm in a jabbery mood. It's funny because when I went to film this, I was like, I don't have anything to say. I don't know what to say at all. I did here we go, yes ma'am. I'm gonna go in with his mama. I'm gonna go with Death Moth, which is this brown. You know what's really funny about me, you guys, is I have never, ever been a beige, brown, nude eyeshadow girl. Never in my whole life. And I know that these are the colors that get panned pretty effortlessly. And people are like, oh man, I need to reach for another palette now because I only have the fun colors left and I need to find like a brown to blend this look out. Girl, I have a hard time using the browns. Like I feel like if I was ever a successful panner, the only thing I would have left is a palette full of browns. I'd rather use another fun color to blend my stuff out, you know what I mean? Like, browns are just, they don't call to me. They do not call to me at all. Maybe if I ever re-enter the workforce in a professional manner, I will become a brown eyeshadow girl. You know, that's a weird thing to think about. Re-entering the workforce someday. I haven't decided if I'm ever going to be honest. Like, I know that I want to be a stay-at-home mom for a very, very, very long time. I've mentioned this a few times, but in case you're new, I hope to have 7 more children. So I at least want to be a stay-at-home mom until all of my children are in middle school, but I would like to be a stay-at-home wife after that forever, because I would love if my children would allow me to watch their children while they're at work or in school or whatever. And by school, I mean college, I don't mean, or like graduate school, I don't mean high school, but that's my dream. So I would like to be a stay-at-home wife forever. I would love to be a stay-at-home mom, at least until my kids are all in high school. I feel like is the absolute minimum. Or middle school would be the absolute minimum. I would like to be a stay-at-home mom until they're all in high school or graduated. I don't know yet. But the point is, I would like to be a stay-at-home mom for a very long time. And so the thought of, and even if I have all the children now that I'm ever going to have, which I hope is not the case, but if it's the case, if I'm a stay-at-home mom until they're all in high school, my daughter's 4 months old, we're looking at about 15 more years right now being a stay-at-home mom. And I want 7 more. So if I have 1 a year, which I don't because I don't get pregnant until I'm done breastfeeding ever, Then we're looking at least another 7 years to that. So what, 22 more years of being a stay-at-home mom, if things go as planned or in a perfect case scenario. So anyway, so I'm planning on being a stay-at-home mom wife for a very, very, very long time. But if I ever re-enter the workforce in a professional capacity, and I say that because I've thought about getting like a part-time job on the weekends, maybe at some point, just to have fun. Like, just, I really like makeup, so maybe I'll work at Ulta just for the discount, you know, or the gratis. Or like I thought about working at like a coffee stand, you know, just for funsies. But not like in a serious, like I wouldn't want to work full-time or anything. And I don't even know if I want to do it. Like, I'm not like dead set on doing it. I'm just like, if I'm going to work, it's going to be at a fun capacity like that. It's not going to be like serious, you know? So that's where I'm at with that. I'm going with Bugaboo, which is this like maroon shade. I actually really like the way the shape turned out today though, you guys. We'll see. We will see if I can continue to keep it nice while I add more goodies. But anyway, I keep getting distracted because I feel the need to over-explain this. Because I feel like I don't make any sense if I don't over-explain. But trying to explain too much, I feel like, is convoluting the point a little bit. My point was that if I enter the workforce in a professional capacity, am I going to be a neutral eyeshadow lover? Or am I still going to, I mean, I'm going to be a lot older, so am I going to show up with my blue smoky eyes and say, you know, if you don't like it, I'm just not going to work here? I feel like that's, yeah, I feel like that's where I'm at. Because even when I was working at the bank, I would show up in purple smoky eyes, and I'm like, oh, what dough? Oh, what dough? Like, this is how you get me, dough. But, or am I going to rock natural makeup? Or am I still going to be wearing makeup? I have a hard time seeing myself ever not wearing makeup. Not because I feel like I have to wear makeup. Not like I'm like, oh, I just can't leave the house. Because increasingly I have been leaving the house without makeup. I love wearing makeup, so I've always worn it out. But I've liked doing my YouTube videos recently. It's brought me a lot of joy. And I feel like either I have to wake up earlier to film before I go, which girl, we value our sleep in this house, or I have to hold off on doing makeup until I get home from our outing, whatever that might be. Like today we went to this park event. They do a lot of really cute park events for kids over the summer here, where like they'll do bubbles, they'll do stories, they'll do parachutes, they'll do like lots of really cute fun things. So we try to go to those, and getting 4 kids, 2 under 2, and myself ready, and driving a half hour because I live, you know, in the boonies a little bit. I live pretty far out from all these things. And being there by like 11 o'clock in the morning, girl, it just, I'm gonna wait to do my makeup until I get back. But increasingly we've been going out again. So we've been doing our outings, and then right now it's nap time and quiet time because we all need quiet time, including mom. And then when my husband gets home, we've been going out again to like go for a walk or play Pokemon Go or whatever. So it's not like it's like not like nobody sees my makeup, you know, but I don't even know where I'm going with that. I'm gonna go in with BB, and this is one of my favorite shades in this palette actually, but again, my heart is in fall. I feel like I belong in the fall right now. I don't feel like we're in summer. I don't feel like I should be in summer. But on that, I am a little depressed that school starts next month. I am not ready for my kids to go back to school. I very much enjoy having them home. I have genuinely had the most incredible summer with them. They are so funny, and they are so sweet, and they're just so joyful. I love to have them home, and it's really hard, especially like my daughter's supposed to start kindergarten, and I still to this day don't know if she's actually going. Like, she has school stuff bought, she's enrolled, but I don't know if I'm gonna send her because I am not ready at all for her to go to school like that. Like, I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and her son is born in April of the same year, and she is having him go part-time. So she's having him go for just recess and lunch, and then she's gonna go get him. And I'm like, well, that seems kind of, I mean, it seems like a good idea because he gets socialized, but you're gonna bring home all the disease of school with none of like the educational benefits of school. And if I'm gonna send her, I'm gonna send her. I don't think I'm gonna do that part day shit, but like, I don't know if I'm gonna send her because I don't want her to leave. Like, she's ready. She's academically ready. I've worked with her. She's excited. She's ready. I am not, and I know it's not about me, but it's easy to like know that, you know, in your heart of hearts, and it's another thing altogether to accept that. And I feel like sending kids to school, because once you send them to school, they're on that train. They're not getting off that train until they graduate. And that's really hard. That's a really, really hard thing for me to accept, because I miss my kids. I miss my kids so much. I want them home so I can take them to do all, like, there's a bunch of activities during the school year that they miss out on because they're at school, which I know. I know that being at school is better for them. I'm not, you know, disagreeing with that fact, but I just wish. I don't feel like 5 years is long enough with them at home with you. I wish I could homeschool them, but I also know that they need to be socializing with kids their age, and my standards on acceptable peers is very different, I'm sure, than their own standards for acceptable peers, and I want them to have the freedom and the ability to explore that for themselves. But because we all know mom doesn't like rude kids, or mom doesn't like nasty kids, and I'm learning that I don't want to call it lazy parenting, but I'm going to. There's a lot of lazy parenting where people are like, oh, you know, like school will teach them that, or like their peers will teach them that. Like, namely when it comes to like chewing with their mouths open. I freaking hate it when people chew with their mouths open. It's so terrible. And my husband hates it too. And I'll correct my children for doing it, and other people will not do the same. People do not care if their kids chew with their mouths open, and like, I don't know, man. I don't understand it. And so like things like that, like, again, my standard for acceptable peers for them are different from acceptable standards for acceptable peers in their mind, and they need the space to explore that, and I understand that. Because when they're home with me, my standards kind of get imposed on them, because I'm like, oh yeah, we're not hanging out with that person. Oh. But I just miss my kids. I don't feel like the summer is long enough. And I get that, like, we're very privileged to be able to have that viewpoint, because I know that over the summer, childcare and daycare is hard. It is a challenge for many families, and we also ran into that before I became a stay-at-home mom. Just here in the US, I don't feel like things are really built with families in mind. So, it is a very privileged position to be able to say, I'm not ready for my children to go back to school. I wish I could stay home longer, and I understand that. But just my viewpoint. It really is how I feel and think. So I feel like it's important to be true to myself also and say that. This is pretty. And see, this is what I'm talking about. When was the last time I pulled for Tiny Marbles? I don't know. I have no idea. But this look is so gorgeous, and I don't have anything else that could create this look. So I think that this palette's safe. Like, this is not a look I've done before. I've used some of these shades. Like, BB is, I usually mix it with Flutterby, which is a, like, salmon-y pink, and Jewel Bee, which is that really pretty purple. But I used Meadowhawk, which is a different pink, and I used Death Moth and Bugaboo. So I stuck more maroony today, and I am obsessed with this look. It is so beautiful. But yeah, I really want, I'm just having a hard time because I want to be able to make excuses to save all of my palettes. I want to say, no, that has a very distinct and important purpose in my collection. And while the palette could certainly make other people happy, it makes me very happy too. And I can keep it for that reason. But am I lying to myself, or am I being true? Am I being true to who I am? Because I know that I am not a minimalist. I know I'm never going to be a minimalist. But I also don't need to be hoarding. So if I'm going to keep it, it needs to be something I'm going to reach for. It's not going to be something that's going to be a decoration. It's not going to be something that's going to sit there just so I know I have it and have the option to use it if I ever choose to. If I'm going to keep it, it's because it's something that I'm going to want to use. That's what I need to remind myself. Am I going to, like, is this look beautiful enough where I'm going to want to do it over the next, like, month? And if the answer is no, I need to have some very hard but very real conversations with myself. I just love it. I think it's so pretty. Oh, man. It's kind of funny though, because there's only so many like makeup colors, right? There's only so many. I think this is the longest it's taken me to do my makeup because I'm just jib-jabbering, which again is really funny because I didn't really have anything I wanted to talk about when I sat down to do my makeup. I was like, I'm just gonna do makeup and whatever happens, happens. And the more I have sat here, well, the more I have thought to talk about. Isn't that cool? I'm going to use my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer today. I really, really dislike the way that this feels on my skin in a very real way, but I used it on my eyes last week, and I do think that it actually helped my eyeshadow a little bit. It made it a little bit more vibrant. It helped the creasing a little bit. But I just really, I don't like the way it feels on my skin. Once I cover it with products though, it does tend to like chill out a little bit, you know? I'm using my Slip Tint Tinted Moisturizer today. I hate this. I really, really, and you guys can already see why. I hate the pump on this with a very sincere rage. Like, you can hear it trying to work, and then it just doesn't. And this is just so freaking annoying. This is so freaking annoying for a mediocre product. I think I'm already deciding I'm going to declare this because this is pissing me off. It's a mediocre product that just makes you look oily, and I have dry skin, and it doesn't even work for me. Like, I don't know who that's supposed to work for. But if you're going to have a mediocre packaging, you need to, if you're going to have a mediocre product, you have to have some kick-ass packaging, and that product doesn't do any of that. And it just drives me nuts. I'm trying to use it because you guys know You guys know I freaking hate throwing away cosmetics of any kind. You guys know. And I don't know, I don't feel like in my conscience I can put out Mercari because it's just so bad. Like, I don't want to subject anybody else to that. And I know that makeup and everything else is very subjective. I'm using Champagne Glow, my Largo drops today. I figured since we are in August now, it's about time I actually start using it because I don't know what I've been waiting for. I kept saying, okay, this summer, this is going to be my right-hand man, you know, this whole summer. Like, I'm going to be panning it so soon. And anyway, I put it in Panoply. I used it 5 times, and then I put it away and have not reached for it since. Haven't thought about it since. Haven't wanted to use it since. Haven't missed it. It's just been there. And it's really do or die for the product at this point. Like, if I don't use it this summer, I'm just not going to use it because it has a 6-month shelf life. So that's all I'm saying. It is. Gotta use it. Use it or lose it. It's not going to be like Christmas time. I'm going to be using bronzer drops. Like, excuse me. I don't know why I don't use it though. Like, every time I use it, I like what it does to my skin and my makeup. But using my Lancome bronzer, I really enjoy doing this little number here that I'm doing. But yeah, I know it's all subjective. I know that even though I think it's hot garbage, it is possible that somebody else will really like it. But I just have a hard time thinking that that's true. I hate when the kids play the games where they scream, because then you have to like are they running away excited? Is that why they're screaming, or is somebody in trouble? But I don't know, just my conscience. I don't know. I have a hard time if I'm like, it's hot garbage, wanting to sell it, because I'm like, I don't want to sell hot garbage, but also if I like it, then I want to hang on to it because I like it. Which is bad. That's naughty. That's so naughty. I'm also using my NARS Orgasm Blush. I had a dream of finishing this by the end of summer, and it's just not going to happen, you guys. It's not going to happen. I have brought so much into my collection this summer and really this whole year of things that I genuinely want to use, namely my Charlotte Tilbury blush sticks. Those have been absolutely phenomenal. I have loved every minute of those. And this is something I'm hate panning. It's pretty, it just doesn't bring me joy anymore. It's time in my life has come to the peak a long time ago. What the hell am I even saying? That doesn't make sense. The peak of my enjoyment for that product was a while ago. And at this point, I just want to use it up. I just want to use it. But I'm having a hard time reaching for it because there's other things in my collection where I'm going to reach for it and it's going to bring me like actual joy. It's not going to be just a tick the box activity. So I'm having a hard time, but I have worked so hard for so long on that product, and it really is pretty. It's pretty. It's just not something that brings me joy anymore to put on my face. So I'm going to keep working on it, but I'm going to aim for the end of the year. I think the end of the year is a reasonable goal at this point, and since I already repressed it, I don't know if I want to bring it into 2026 with me. So I guess that's going to be my inspiration to reach for it. If it's not panned by the end of the year, it has to get decluttered. I will see if I hold myself to that, but that's what I'm going to tell myself for the time being. But see, and then I put it on my face, and I'm like, It's pretty though. It's not like ugly. It's just kind of basic. Are you guys proud of me for reaching for my Shiseido thing? I feel like this is how hoarders are born. Like, oh man, I don't like use it, but when I do, look how great it is. So I obviously just need to keep it around because that makes any sort of sense. Using my Milk Pore Eclipse. The scent on this is very, very, very mild, and I like smelly products, like not like bad smelly, but like scented products I really enjoy. So I've really enjoyed my Charlotte Tilbury one. Like, I like the sprayer on this one, but we'll see. It's been fun to try some new stuff out. So this is my look of the day. I like it. I think it's beautiful. It's fall, it's pretty, it's vibrant, it's different. It's not something I can get with any other palette, and I like it. So I'm gonna have to obviously bring out Tiny Marbles more often to play around with it and see. I don't think it's a palette I'm gonna be able to declutter though. Like, this look just makes me so happy. It makes me so happy, but it's getting up there in age and I need to use it. And I'm sitting here telling myself I'm gonna use it this fall, but am I? We'll have to test it out because I'm not ready to say goodbye to it. It's so beautiful. But I really appreciate you guys sticking around and listening to me ramble and giving me the opportunity to really get my thoughts out into the ether, because I've been thinking about this for a really long time and I haven't been able to. Oh, it says Mel Thompson on the back. I'm such a stupid person. Like, who's that chick that made this? It literally says her name right there. I just like it. I think it's so, so pretty, and I don't think I can let it go. Based off this look alone, I don't think I can let it go. But I'm going to give my series a good old college try. I'm going to really consider at the end of this if I couldn't do this look and the next looks I come up with anymore. Would I be heartbroken or would I be okay? And again, I know it sounds dramatic. It's just makeup. I know it's drama, but listen, it's our palettes. Everything holds a special, well, not everything. Everybody has something that holds a special place. For some people it's blush, for some people it's eyeshadow, for some people it's highlighters, and you know, if we can find any reason under the sun to keep those things, we're going to. That's just how it works. But again, if you stuck around, I really appreciate you hanging out with me today and spending part of your day here with me. I really appreciate it. Please feel empowered and encouraged to engage down in the doobly-doo and in my DMs. I love talking about makeup. All things makeup. Makeup releases, makeup empties, pans, makeup looks, makeup techniques. Do you guys have this palette? Have you ever had this palette and decluttered it? And did you miss it when it was gone? Do you guys have the same feelings when it comes to like Mercari and like those secondhand websites where you want to pass things on, but if they're hot garbage, then you feel guilty like trying to sell them to somebody else? Or if they're good, you don't want to sell them because you like them, and what if you want to use them again in the future? Let me know. Genuinely, am I mentally ill, or is this something that people have also thought? Let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow most likely, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!